right.
Yes.
We have Disco Elysium.
Yeah, we
Disco
do.
Elysium.
So I just kind of put a little bit of the
More
title
like
card here and before I got into the game. Here we go.
Disco Elysium. Wait,
So-
you got a...
Oh, wow,
You
your
got a
dude
buddy?
definitely looks sleazier than my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my guy was very handsome.
You missed it at show before.
So yeah, one of the things that's really fun about this game is you'll run around and you'll find different clothing, and you can just put them on as you choose.
Or not.
Oh!
Yeah,
Oh,
or
see,
not,
I-
exactly.
See, I was looking at your portrait there. Your portrait looks pretty bad. Your character, on the other hand, is that a mesh shirt?
Yes.
Wonderful.
He's also wearing blue fingerless gloves and some incredible shades. But you see, one of the things I did was one of the first thoughts that I got was HoboCop, and then I internalized that immediately. So let's talk about what this game is.
Can you first explain to me what HoboCop is?
Self-explanatory.
Okay, go on.
Alright, so Disco Elysium is the best way to describe it, I feel, is a CRPG mixed with like a Monkey Island sort of find things game.
So
I
it's
think
a point-and-click adventure.
I'd just
yeah.
call it a modern CRPG without combat, as far as I can tell.
Sort of. Yeah. There is a lot of like running around and finding specific things, but the difference between like a point and click adventure, right? And I just put some points into Inland Empire to do this role better. Is obviously, you know, there's the checks and stuff. But in point and click adventures, if you don't figure out the solution to something, you can't progress. In this game, if you don't figure out the solution for something, or if there was a solution for something, you can just progress anyway. For the most part.
Or just come back and deal with it later.
Yeah, or come back and deal with it later.
Huh.
Or find a completely different route to deal with the same problem.
Okay.
Now, pretty much the most of the gameplay you're going to have in this game is going to be in dialogue boxes. Like, you know, right now I'm just sort of blowing through a dialogue box
You're
about...
talking to a dead man.
Yes, I'm specifically talking to a dead man. Because I succeeded on my Inland Empire check. Inland Empire is one of the many very fun skills that you have. This one specifically is one that is about communicating with your own mind and understanding your own thoughts, which is, you know, really nice. And
it's like imagination too, kind of in a weird way. That specific ability.
And all of your thoughts and feelings talk to you. Like, your limbic system will talk to you. Sometimes your reflexes will talk to you and tell you things. You basically get a lot of internal conversation, which you can trust or very not trust, depending on the moment of time. Because, like, sometimes Inland Empire, you'll get a success on it, and Inland Empire will be like, actually, no, you shouldn't try and learn about this.
So
thing,
the guy
because
that
it doesn't exist.
The guy that you're talking to here,
Yes.
is he a guy that you're talking to, or are you just crazy?
I think you're just crazy in this specific instance.
In this specific instance, I'm not actually talking to the dead man. I'm mostly just like having my mind is mostly just sort of going through this, trying to learn more about him by looking at him, and it's sort of expositing that through a, you know, dialogue tree, and also more about myself.
It's more like asking questions and then imagining what the dead man might be answering to you.
Exactly.
I think is what it.
And that's what
is.
that's what that specific skill does.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And it looked like there were quite a number of skills.
Yeah,
you got all of this just from the one.
Yeah. This is just from the one, but this was like a skill check to get into this specific dialogue.
Yeah, so
tree.
it was like a skill check to get into this enormous dialogue tree. Usually, a skill
all of the
check
dialogue
is just...
trees are enormous. Like,
all skills also lead to a lot of checks that are enormous as well.
Yeah, well, that's like great because in most CRPGs you would have like your speech skill, and you checked your speech skill of 75, so they are saying, "Good job, buddy. You're good at talking to me. Yeah, you can go right in," and that's it.
One of the things about this particular game is, and it sort of reminds me. What was it? Outer Worlds did this a little bit. But because of the fact that this game doesn't really have combat, or if it is, it's probably just going to be more just single roll checks. All of your different abilities are mostly related to speech checks, unless you're like doing specifically something like jumping off of a ledge or knocking down a door.
So is the game like all just running around to places and talking to people, or is there like also puzzle solving?
Well, it's like because it's like a detective story. It is puzzle solving in the sense of looking for clues, putting things together, and asking people questions about the clues and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So it's like
now,
you could look at it as conversations, but also it is puzzle solving anyway.
Okay, so it's like you have to collect, but you have to collect together all the information and solve how things happen. It's like a detective puzzler game.
Right. Yeah.
So now, the last detective puzzle game that I played was Detective Pikachu for the 3DS. Would you say that this game is harder than that one?
Never played that.
No, that one is way harder.
Oh no.
And I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say it's maybe the same kind of game as that, because it does go into like sort of like the story is delivered to you very linearly.
In what Detective Pikachu?
Like I mean, it's not, I suppose, halted by finding clues. Like you will find the clues at like a specific point. You don't have to like necessarily rub the clues together.
You're not investigating things like. It's not like a Professor Layton type of thing where you.
It's not like a Professor Layton.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, I haven't made it all the way through the game, but time sort of progresses on its own. No matter what you're doing. So it's probably very possible to get through the time period and just not have solved the mystery. So
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and one of the things that I really like about this game is it creates a very, very, very good world. It's mostly text boxes, and it wouldn't be worth it, of course, if the writing wasn't really good. And it's really good.
So it's like a book that you can play.
Yeah,
but it's like a book with a skill tree.
It's like it's like if you took the concept of those random skill checks in other games and just turned the whole game into that.
The whole god.
All this game is random skill checks that are both active and passive while you're playing.
So it's talking to people, random skill checks, and no combat. It's basically Thel is the dungeon master for the game.
Yeah. The thing is this game takes place in a human society that has been going on for 8,000 years. It's sort of the future past. You don't know what time is. Very much about history, aside from this place sort of went through a revolution at one point, and because of that, it's a little bit really very downtrodden. And you're some sort of police officer who works for the government that is not recognized in this jurisdiction. But you're pretty good at solving cases, and also a horrible, useless piece of shit drunk. And the only people you can really, really trust either hate you or are two specific characters who are just nice to everyone.
Yeah, well, and I get the impression that a lot of what reality is in this game is pretty malleable.
I feel
because
a little bit.
Because I feel like certain things don't become facts until you say they are in the game.
Yeah.
And the positions that your characters hold on various things like politics and stuff sort of aren't set in stone until you decide something. So like you're going through and sort of figuring things out, and based on your responses it might change like not only where you stand on things, but I think that it could potentially change like what you look like and stuff as well.
Oh. Yeah. So it's a game where you are playing a role. We can call it a role-playing game. Sort of.
But I'm not super sure. What I feel like the impression I sort of got was being the fact that you're one of the really clever things that this game does is you are sort of playing a role. You are playing as this particular character. You woke up with amnesia, and this character currently as is can be whoever you want, but there is always the person that he was sort of haunting and floating over that. And you can either sort of push him away from that, engulf yourself in it, or do something completely fucking wild and name yourself something stupid and pretentious and just pretend that's your name now.
What did you name yourself, though?
The stupid and pretentious thing, obviously.
What did you name yourself, though? What's so stupid and pretentious?
Oh shit, I can't remember what the specific. It gives you a specific
Oh,
name.
it gives you a stupid and pretentious
and like the three things for the name, right, are it's very cool. It's very cool, but it's a little pretentious. It's very cool, but it's a little long, or it's too cool.
Good.
I think my character has still not yet determined his name at the point that I'm in, and so far I think he refers to himself as like something orange.
Yeah.
So something orange and smells like alcohol or something like that. So
yeah. And there I failed this. I fucking super failed that skill check.
So I'd like to point out that we've been recording for a good 10 minutes or so, and you have not left this conversation. Like, you've taken like 5 steps since the whole game started.
The last time I played, I spent about 20 minutes talking to a girl, and then the end of this whole thing where I had conversations with this girl and the mother, at the end, all I got was a hat.
Yeah.
And that was the whole 20 minutes that I spent getting a hat.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a cool hat, though.
Yeah.
I've played games where things have done that on purpose as a joke.
Yeah.
That's just this game.
Yeah, that's just this game. And again, it would not be worth it at all if the writing wasn't really good. It's incredibly engrossing. You want to not even like it's not even so much about solving the case, it's more just solving the mystery of what the fuck is going on in general, in life, in this world, what this character is going to do and trying to survive as him.
Well, I think part of it is it's as much about whatever it's about as you want it to
genitals.
be.
Yeah.
Because, like, I am very much, like, trying to figure out the mystery and talking about the specific things, and I care less about other things. So,
is part of the mystery why you have amnesia?
Kind of, sort of.
Well, no, actually, no, it's not at all. It's because you drank your brain away.
Oh,
well,
you drank so much then.
I mean, yes and no, because I get the impression that while you know, you did just drink yourself into oblivion over a course of like 3 days before this game starts, there seems to be some indication that something else was going on too. So a lot of it is finding out about what happened in the time period before you started working on this. So there's like a little bit of that, but you know that in the end what happened was you drank yourself into oblivion and then like destroyed your hotel room.
Yeah.
Oh, so the mystery isn't necessarily why you have amnesia, it's why the fuck did you drink yourself into oblivion in the first place?
Yeah.
Other than
And that mystery is solved by finding the items of not only your clothing but your policeman themselves.
Well, no, I mean, there's more to it than that, because I had a conversation with your partner guy that sort of changed the perspective of what might have happened there, so...
Right.
I think there's just potential to figure stuff out about the game that you might not expect even on one playthrough. So this game seems like it would be perfect for multiple playthroughs, where you poke around with different skills and like looking at different things, because I really get the impression that things can change quite a bit just from what passive checks you win and stuff.
Yeah. And you know what's another thing that's really nice?
God, you were really just talking to this, like, you're doing this body shit for fucking ages, man. Like.
Oh yeah, well this in particular is like a
I'm pretty sure you just told your assistant to give that dead body a hand job. So.
No, that was just the fucking jackass kid who's over there yelling at you while you're doing stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but earlier I think Thel hovered over contemplatively inspect the genitals for a little bit too long.
Oh yeah.
And I'm disappointed you didn't go for it.
Yeah, this in particular is like a day end conversation. Like getting this guy down from the tree is like a thing that takes most of the day.
Yeah, it's like your first major goal is to cut this guy down.
Yeah.
And how you do that, you have to figure out how to do it because it's not as clear cut as just like doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like in my game, I'm not quite as deep into it, but I have not cut the person down yet. So
Yeah.
my person's just hanging there still.
Yeah.
So an interesting thing I've noticed, whereas most games would have a clock that is faster than real time, this clock is actually moving slower than real time.
No, it's moving. It's moving faster than real time, but it's moving slower than most games like it might.
Yeah. One of the things about the clock is I'm pretty sure that it moves after specific actions. So like if you're if you're walking around the world, it'll move at a specific like point in time. If you're in dialogue,
Okay.
it moves through like specific, I think, number of
Based on
dialogues.
that.
If you're reading, it moves really, really fast, stuff
Okay.
like that.
Well, because I know that the clock was only like the clock doesn't match up with the amount of time that we spent recording this video. It started at like 1955 or something. So it's got I guess it moves. That's pretty cool. It moves based on what you do instead of just having like a constant anxiety ticker.
Yeah. Another thing is one of the ways that the here what I'm doing is I'm looking at all of my thought cabinets. What the thought cabinet is I just finished becoming a communist. What the thought cabinet is through dialogue trees, eventually you'll get like ideas if you choose like a dialogue option enough, or if you like choose the right dialogue option or do certain actions, you will get a thing that is a thought, and you can internalize these thoughts. And internalizing the thought is, for a little while you'll have a debuff until the thought is finished internalizing, and then you will have a buff to certain skills.
It's not always a debuff. Sometimes it's a buff.
Is it?
Yeah. Like
Even like while you're internalizing
yeah,
it?
while you're internalizing it, it's a buff sometimes.
Okay.
Huh. So you can only have 3 ideas internalized at a time?
Not necessarily. You can put points into having more idea cabinets.
But
Like,
as it is
for
right
points?
now, like as it is at the beginning of the game, you have drank so heavily that you can only concentrate on having 3 feelings inside of yourself at a time.
Well, no,
Basically,
it's
yeah.
like contemplating something complex. It's not. It's like
Yeah.
internalizing entire concept about like how you feel
Yeah.
on like communism or free market or
Yeah.
like
Or
getting your shit
becoming a
together.
Yeah, or becoming famous. Like, I'm going to be a famous person. Or
Right,
that's
but
just
as
who
soon
I
as
am.
you, in that example of 4 things, as soon as you start concentrating on becoming famous, you forget all about communism. Fuck that, never happened.
No, once
you
you
can
once you
only-
finish
yeah.
internalizing it, it's part of your character then from now on.
Unless you spend a skill point to
you
get rid
you
of
mean
it.
you can only be working on internalizing things at a time, right?
No, you can internalize as many like cabinets as you have, and you can internalize them all at the same time. And internalizing just takes time. But like you can uninternalize thoughts by just removing
Okay,
them.
so what's the limit of 3? What is limited to 3?
The amount of
Or-
thoughts that you have. Like currently, it's the amount of thoughts that I have, like thought slots that I have unlocked.
So it's not like when you have finished internalizing it, it goes away, or when you
Yeah.
start internalizing something else, it writes over it. It's just those are in
Yeah.
the slots now,
Yeah.
And what?
and you
But
can't
if you only
can't internalize more slots until you get more thoughts until you get more slots.
Oh, you
for
could
it.
just internalize 3 things, and then that's it. You just have more thoughts hanging around that you can't do anything with once you've internalized
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
things. Oh,
Until you get more
that's
slots. for
much
it.
worse than I thought it was. B.
Well, it's not that bad, and like you can get more later. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And-
feel
and
like
of
there are
course
going to
you
be
can,
things that you're.
Spend points to just uninternalize thoughts and then internalize something else.
And there's 100% gonna be like stuff that you can't do in one playthrough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess hopefully they've just.
see, this one gives you
Like
permanent
design-
debuffs. So
Yeah. but it gives you left-wing dialogue options, give you +4 XP, and you don't know what the buffs are going to be before you take it.
Right, so you kind of have to try and error anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, I should hope that they've taken great care to make sure that you can't soft lock yourself out of shit by not taking...
I don't think you can soft lock anything because the game just goes on.
Yeah, like, the only way that I've seen that you might be able to soft lock yourself out is through a bug that I have, and then fixed by loading a save.
I see.
Yeah, I don't think you can soft lock it, because at the end of the day, the time is going to move on, and you just might not have solved the mystery at the end.
I see.
So...
Huh.
And you see, like, I unlocked that thought cabinet using one of my points.
Right.
And so I put some kind of superstar there. So now I've decided to become...
You're going to be a famous communist.
I'm going to be a famous communist hobo cop. Oh, and also, one of the things that you get is your stats determine your 2 health bars, which is just health and what is it? Morale.
Morale, yeah.
You see, I went super hard into psyche.
If your morale goes low enough, do you just kill yourself?
I think so.
What? Oh my god!
I think you might have like a nervous breakdown or something. I have had a heart attack and just died, but I haven't done the other way.
Same.
Oh,
Tried to run away from a dude, failed a check, turned around, flipped him off, ran into a lady who was in a wheelchair, and died immediately.
Really? All I did was turn on the lights.
Oh yeah, that'll do it too.
So what, you had a heart attack from turning on some lights?
Yeah, because I took a point of damage from turning on the lights when I had a hangover, and that killed me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And like, there are specific things that if you put points into, you can get more health.
It was actually kind of pain tolerance.
Yeah, that's
it was actually kind of annoying though, because when that happened, I was like so close to the beginning of the game that I didn't have any saves yet. So I was like, shit, I have to do the whole game over again just to get back to the place I was at.
Now, after that dialogue, you now have to internalize the idea of holding a flashlight in your hand. And then you can go into that dark area.
No,
right?
You can go get a flashlight from the police truck.
Yeah.
Oh. That's actually pretty funny. He's like, why don't you have a fucking flashlight? It's in the car.
I think I might think the flashlight's in the car, but I think it's actually in my inventory.
Oh.
Oh, did you just not equip the flashlight? Did you take all of his tools? Because I only took the one that...
I took all of his tools because I felt like I would need them, and I have so far.
That's what the tools are for. They're tools.
Yeah, but I didn't want to take his tools because he looked like he didn't want you to take his tools.
Yeah, you know. You're playing a game as a drunk. Your job is to disappoint everyone.
Fair enough. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that map screen? It has like the name of your skills and stuff on them. Is that like places that you can go to use the skills as a reminder, or?
Yes. So there are 2 types of checks. There are red checks, which you can only do once, and then there are white checks, which you can do more than once if you like find the right dialogue options with someone, find something new about something going on.
Yeah, if you fail one,
into that point.
If you fail one, it'll tell you what you need to do to get another chance to crack it.
Okay.
So
yeah,
like,
good.
for instance, I like fucked up opening a compartment in my notebook or whatever, my clipboard, and it says in order to do the check again, I need to put a point into interaction.
Yeah, and that's the easiest way to do a check again, is to put a point into whatever skill the check requires.
Sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it tells you can do something else, but
oh yeah.
But that's the most straightforward one, but there's more complicated ones sometimes.
Yeah.
There's your flashlight.
You can double click it though.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not helpful to him now.
Are you just walking around in here? Because I had no reason to go in here, so I didn't.
Oh, yeah, there is a specific reason that I just in the dialogue I talked about like in this room I wasn't supposed to go in, like I wasn't led to this room, I just went in there because why the fuck not? And I found something that helped me out immensely here. A giant bear,
A bear!
fridge,
Oh, it's a bear.
which I can put a corpse into
Oh.
Interesting.
because I may have missed something on the corpse.
By the way, spoilers in case anyone cares about that. It's too late now,
Yeah.
but you know.
I mean, yeah, but this is like the end of day one. It's not even like,
You'll probably find it eventually.
yeah, this is only like 10 hours into the game or something, or like it's only like 4 hours into the game.
No, plug in the red cable too, Thel. You do the black first, because that's the negative one, and then the red, which is the positive one, I think.
Yeah, I forgot which cable went to
Well,
which.
black
like,
is... I don't know if it's positive or negative, but black is ground.
yeah.
Yeah, then that's the one you want first anyway.
Yeah. Yell hello into the
No!
furnace.
How is it? What is that physical instrument? How does that...
It's like a strength check, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you need a strength check to yell into it, though? That doesn't...
You are a piece of shit human garbage.
It says you're
And you
dehydrated,
can't.
hungover, so you can't produce enough noise.
Oh!
is the argument
Yeah.
there, I guess.
Huh.
Yeah.
A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you.
Oh,
Ow! Are you kidding me?
he hurt
Yeah.
himself by trying.
But if you'll notice, that unlocked the ability to yell in again
Oh!
because I kicked the furnace, and that'll also give me a bonus to the check.
Oh, okay. So you didn't just pay health for no reason.
Yeah.
It gave you a good... that's
However,
nice.
there are many, many, many times you can just pay health for no reason.
I see.
And you gain health by doing drugs.
Oh, good.
And there are some, like, drugs that seem like good drugs, and some drugs that seem like bad drugs.
Yeah.
But they all give you health.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
At the very least, health.
Now unplug the black cable, so anybody who tries to turn off the refrigerator will be electrocuted.
No.
I don't think that's how it works, actually.
Also, I'm pretty sure it would just turn off if you unplug the ground wire, probably.
Yeah, probably. Here, can you just... Wait, you guys already have the body with you?
No, it...
No.
Okay, let's do this, and then it montages, I guess.
I'm glad you skipped it. Well,
Well, what are you supposed to...
It's
Did they want to
damage.
animate you guys dragging the body throughout the whole fucking town? Probably
some
not.
some games would make you walk back to the body and drag it there.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop.
Yeah.
Ice Bear. From that
Look,
one
its
TV
fucking
show.
eyes are glowing red.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's just part of the electricity setup. Legendary. Does that mean is legendary like a skill level or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it means,
Okay.
good luck.
Yeah.
I see.
Usually checks like that are ones that, like, you basically can't finish unless you have stuff
Unless
for
you
it.
luck out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unless you do something to change the situation, or you have enough points and get lucky.
Yeah.
Or you get lucky enough to roll double sixes.
Exactly.
much, yeah.
There, to break open the door, I had like it was like a 3% check, and I rolled double sixes.
Nice.
Sometimes you get pretty good rolls on stuff that you're like, huh, I wasn't expecting to get that one, but okay.
Sometimes you have a 98% chance to pass, and you fail anyway.
Yep, that's happened to me
Yep.
before too.
Thanks, XCOM.
And they give you a percentage too, so you can usually judge
Yeah.
how likely you are.
Yeah.
Like I had like a 90% chance to open my notebook, but I broke it anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Well, if it's determined by 2d6s, it like
I don't
feel
know
like
if
3%.
it is doing actual dice rolls or not.
mm,
It gives
Okay.
you like random percentages.
it could just be simulating the dice with like a random number.
Yeah, I have
of-
no
of
idea
100.
how it actually does it, and I'm inclined. I don't know if it does use the dice, but I'm almost inclined to believe that it isn't using the dice. I don't know.
Right. Well, because a 3% chance where 2 6s is always a success. Like that's can't doesn't make any sense. But
Well, I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know the
it's
exact.
probably
I
just
don't
an
know the
extra
exact percentages it said. I just.
oh, okay. Well, either way, it's probably just an extra layer of obfuscation.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Disco Elysium. It's kind of a interesting one to recommend. I like it, and I know Thel likes it a lot more even than I
yeah.
do probably. But
I think it's fantastic. I think everyone should play this game.
well, I don't think everyone will enjoy this game is the thing. If the
you
talking
get-
part of CRPGs is not super interesting to you, then this game is all of that. So maybe
if you want
maybe
to play shoot game, you can play Doom.
well, even something like Pillars of Eternity is like a different kind of thing than this, sort of.
Sort of.
And or actually maybe a better example would be like Divinity. Like a good chunk of Divinity is not talking to people, it's doing the combat.
Yeah.
So
Right.
and the
So, yeah,
combat
if
itself
you're-
could attract you, so I don't know.
Yeah, and that's Divinity's big thing, though. I would go so far as to say, like other CRPGs outside of Divinity, like the original Fallout games, I wouldn't say their combat is super
Well,
good.
Thel.
And even like Wasteland.
Thel, you always play a charismamancer in every
yeah.
CRPG you play, and that's not
Oh, yeah,
that's
and I
not
usually
everyone's
have-
perspective. I just want to point out.
Oh yeah, but again, as a Charismamancer, I always get a shit ton of party members who are very good at combat.
Right, but
But
I
but
mean,
there are
Fallout
many
1
situations
you-
where you will
it-
avoid combat entirely if you
it's
say
not
the right
really
thing.
fair to it's not
Oh,
really
yeah.
fair to compare Fallout 1 and 2 made in like 1990 to a game that was made in like 2016.
Oh yeah, certainly. But
So-
like Wasteland 3, it's pretty basic turn-based stuff. Or Wasteland 2 at least. Wasteland 3 ain't out.
Yeah, not yet, but
And in Wasteland 3 I did 2, damn it.
Look,
I
look,
didn't
okay.
actually play a
all of
Charismamancer.
this sort of isn't the point. The point is this game is a very specific kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think the closest game I probably played to it was the second new Shadowrun game.
Oh.
Dragonfall, Shadowrun Dragonfall.
ah,
So yeah, if you are into games like that, then this might be a good way to go.
Yeah.
all right.
So yeah. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to us so you can see more videos about Disco Elysium, because I think Thel's working on one.
Yeah, it'll be out by either Friday or Monday. I might be
Don't
coming
give
down with
dates,
something.
Thel. We have no idea.
I got a pretty good idea of when I can get my stuff out. I know what I'm about.
Yeah, but you don't know when I'm. Well, in this case, I am uploading this week, but sometimes I don't.
Oh, yeah.
So don't give
Oh, yeah,
specific
yeah,
times
right,
because.
We don't
Yeah.
know when we're
I
uploading
assumed this one was this week.
I guess Maelstrom will just have to wait.
We have gone on for quite a long time though, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So and join our Discord, and we have a Patreon. All right.
yes.
We'll see you guys next time, and remember, as always.
Stay beautiful.